The embarrassing thing about potatoes is that while they're growing, you see this lush green canopy of potato plants, and then the plants die, and you get to see all the weeds that were growing underneath. These are Hydra Red, and they've been dead for a couple of weeks now, so the plants are completely gone. Welcome back. This video will be a complete reveal of my potatoes for 2021. You've already seen where I dug the red potatoes, but I'll put a high-speed clip in here so that this video will be a complete reveal. So I hope you enjoy. Now let's dig up the blue potatoes. I had already dug up one bed, one plant, and they are small, so I guess we'll find out. All along here I found my proper digger, so this might go easier now. That's why Newfoundland is quarantined to bringing anything outside of the province with soil on it. This is a canker that gets in the potato crop. Small but rather plentiful. I'm going to turn you up, am I? Well, he gets to about 29 pounds. So that's 26 pounds out of an expected 30 for a good crop by weight. You also notice this. So two things about these potatoes we find out right away. They're susceptible to scab. That's what this is. And the other thing I showed you, I haven't been getting any, well, I get a clump now and then, but not very many. And that one potato, it was only the one potato, it was quite infected. One of the nice things about putting potatoes in a bed like this in the square foot gardening method is that you have to dig through the entire bed to get the potatoes out. So while you're at it, you can make sure that the soil is loose as deep as you want it. See, it's a little bit hard there, but by the time I'm done, I'm down there. I can get these tree roots out, and I'll show you what I'm working with now. I showed you before, in some places it's even worse than this. It's just gravel with a little bit of soil right on top. And my plan is to sift this and mix it with some of that sifted topsoil that I was getting. But at any rate, rotating potatoes, that's one of the good things about rotating crops. You can rotate your potatoes, and over time you go through every bed like this. Must weigh, what do we get in the second bed? There you go. What does that say? It says 26. Take off 3 pounds for the bucket. You've got 24. There is one thing that might concern me. I found 2 rotten potatoes, and I'm told that they will rot from blight. And earlier on I was saying that what I seen on one of the tomato plants was blight. But of course I don't know, because blight is something I've never had to deal with. I think this is the russets, and got an awful lot of weeds in here. Going to be a little bit of work. The potatoes are nice. I had to take the bigger fork and loosen up all the soil so I can get all those weeds out first. It was just going to be too hard to fork through them with that little hand fork. Of course, doing it that way, I damaged some potatoes in the process. That's why I don't like using that, but I had to get the weeds out. Now that I picked up the ones that I could see on top, I still have to go through it and see what's still buried. The soil here is much better. The organic matter goes down quite a ways. There's some red ones. That's volunteers from where red ones were planted here before. And that's the end. Now I'll pick those up and we'll see what we got. About 22 pounds. Still shy of what it should be. These are still alive. That's the other bed of russets. Since I think I'm going to leave these here now for another couple of weeks until they're all completely dead. It's October the 9th. Last year, October the 23rd, I think I took up the sugar beets. So let's get at this and see if we can finish the potatoes, and then I'll be able to put up a potato review video. Taking even the smallest ones, I'm going to do a video about them. Better than that other bed, but they're not all that big. Not sure if I like big potatoes or not. A lot of nice potatoes, but not a lot in total. That's 19 pounds, so take off 3, we got the 16 pounds of new potatoes. I pulled so many roots out of these 2 beds last year, but still I have a lot of grass and some stinging nettles. This I think is the Yukon Gold. We'll just go down the bed and dig them out as we go. See, this is years and years of compost. 5 years of adding 6 inches of compost a year. Yukon Gold, smoother skin. The first couple on this end was the russets. Now this is a parsnip. 2 parsnips together, or 3, see if they'll come out. There's one. That one didn't come. Gotta get a fork. No. Oh, 2 o'clock. Well, this bed don't look very promising, but let's dig through it and find out. First off, is this parsnip going to come up? It's a big parsnip. Nice potatoes. Obviously Yukon Gold. So the nice thing here now, it's been a few years and the grass is sending up. I guess I don't have all the grass roots out each time. But for the most part, the mat of grass that was here is gone, and I'm digging down into the actual native soil here right now. I turned off the camera because I was taking my time and getting more of the grass and stinging nettle rhizomes out, hoping that next year I'll have less weed pressure. So let's weigh this now. See, that would have affected the weight. There we go. Now we're up to 28 pounds. So you take off 3 pounds, we got 25. So 12 pounds out of that bed as well. Kennebec are indeterminate potatoes, so I'm going to leave them there until the frost kills the stalks and see what I got. So for right now, we're going hunting the wild potato, aka volunteers. In the sunny plot, I'll walk around the wheelbarrows. We're going to start over here. This potato plant grew up right in under the border, and as I pushed it up, you see that? The growing tubers. So let's see what's underneath. Now, how shall I go about this? There might be, I think there are 2 stalks there actually, 2 plants. Now, see, the volunteers, as you say, are the ones you usually get the best out of. And well, this is right out in the pathway, and they got eaten probably by sow bugs because of the wood chips. Oh no, there's slugs in that one. Gonna require some looking over. Every one of them has slug a hole in it. Now we're back to the shady plot. We have one here beside the cabbage and broccoli. Actually, there was more. I see potatoes poking out of the ground right there, but the plants are gone. And another further down the bed. Oh, I gotta be on the other side, but looks like it. See, they come from the little tiny mist potatoes, and they're just barely under the soil surface. Here's the next one in the bed of rutabaga. Looks like a Yukon Gold plant. Might be a russet, but I don't think so. We shall find out right now. Yukon Gold. Ugh. That's the one it come from, so I left a big one there last year. Actually, I should put that back in the bed, I think. Look at the itty bitty baseball sized Atlantic giant I have, and he's not ripening up yet. That's all the volunteer potato plants I found in the garden beds. Let's see about these now. We know that these, where the pumpkins were, are all Yukon Gold. But how much of a potato is actually growing down there now? That's another question. Remember, I got cardboard put down here, so I don't know how difficult this is going to be. There's the one potato. Yeah, the cardboard is pretty much disintegrated. Interesting. Doesn't seem like there's much there worth talking about. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, got one completely eaten out with slugs. So I'm wondering if the wood chips right in the bed like that is a slug problem. Because remember, the other one was in the pathway and was getting eaten by slugs. This one is wood chips all over and getting eaten by slugs. I have to record every one of these because, like I said, this is something new to me, to have a record of how this type of gardening progresses. This will be blending in with the Food Forest ideal rather than their traditional garden, right? Some nice long potatoes, but they are Yukon Golds. For the most part, potatoes grow just around where the seed was set. Not up the stalk very much. Oh. We have a full bucket full. I weighed this bucket earlier. The bucket is 1.5 pounds. In total, we got 28 pounds. So I take off 1.5. You got 26.5 pounds of volunteer potatoes so far. I have to find another bucket to put the rest in. Got another bucket. Let's see what we got. That cardboard, don't want to put my knee down in the mud, I don't think. Last one, I guess. I don't know exactly how I'm going to prepare this area for next year, but we'll find out. That's it. What do we have there? That's it, just another 5 pounds. Now I have to separate the peeling potatoes from the canning potatoes, but that's for another video. Here is my finished potato harvest. Okay, so now this bucket, it was rounded up, but some of these is from what I had in the house. I'll mention that in just a minute. That's one bucket full of blues. This is a bucket full of Yukon Gold. These were the first ones to be used, so I've used up some of them already, and I still have 2/3 of a shopping bag full in the cellar, so I would have had a bucket full of these. And this is russets. I got a full bucket full plus 2/3. These are the ones that were damaged, so they need to be used right away. This is 3 pounds of the canning potatoes that I mentioned. I had another pound, so I had about 4 pounds, maybe 5, that I actually canned. And when I was doing the last sorting, I found these rotten ones. You see? Maybe I'll bring you in close. Now, they're mostly blue. There's 3 red ones there. And what I found out was that the blue potatoes, some of them had places where there was no color in the skin, and that's where they're rotting. I'm thinking blight, but like I said, I have no experience with blight, so those of you who do, you can let me know, is this the result of blight? However, so much for using these potatoes, growing these potatoes. They are very susceptible to scab, and I guess susceptible to blight as well. So they won't be growing next year. I just weighed these buckets, and I had recorded 15 kilograms of red potatoes before, so that's a full bucket full. These, the 15 kilograms of previously dug ones, and these here comes to 72 kilograms, which is approximately 160 pounds. So that's my potato harvest for this year. I won't be growing those next year. Yukon Gold, they're a staple, they must be. The russets, and one version of the red, either the Chieftains or the Pontiac. And I want to try another variety, but I will look that up in the seed suppliers catalogs. So hope you enjoyed it. You'll hit that like button for me, subscribe to follow along, and I shall see you in the next video.